Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. You see the title? You're gonna bombard me with all this disagreement, all these rebuttals. But you gotta hear me out, okay? Before I get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at PlatDRyan. But before I start this theory, I need you to know that I don't buy into the idea there can only be one new crew member. I think it is a little baseless, personally, because he says at or around 10, right? At least around 10 is what Luffy said before he set off. And I don't think that Luffy will deny somebody just because he said he wanted at least or around 10 2 years ago. One Piece is a character-driven story, and Oda will not write a character to do something they wouldn't do. I just think, like, things change. At the end of the day, Oda will do Oda. It's his story. Anything can happen. I think it's a little weird to say that it can't happen because of that. So with that in mind, I am not saying that people like Yamato, Carrot, Tama, Momo can't join the crew. I think it's possible that they do, and Perona also joins. So let me just make that clear, okay? Now, if somebody joins after Wano, they need to be a character who has already been introduced into the story, in my opinion. Because there's just, with the time frame Oda has set for himself, there is not enough time to develop a character that's brand new most of the time. He can do it again because Oda will Oda, it's his story. But realistically, I don't think many people are leaning towards that as a possibility. And that being said, Perona is a character who has been introduced. Now, I know that popularity isn't that important, but Perona is 17th in the popularity poll for the Japanese voters, and has been fairly consistent throughout, like, her whole course of just being a character. I think she got like 30 something her first time, then she got in the 20s consistently after that, and now she's at 17th. Like, she's a popular character, and I don't think people will be too mad if she becomes a part of the crew. Let's just talk about where Perona is at the story right now. I think she's at one of the more interesting, one of the more curious positions right now, but nobody talks about it. At the very least, I think people should be talking about what's going on with her. Because, we're talking about Gecko Moria and all that, but Perona is also in a very interesting position. Gecko Moria is alive. Perona sees that. She sees the newspaper, and she's about to leave Mihawk. Mihawk has his own thing to deal with. The warlord system just fell out, and he has to defend himself, maybe get away from his place. But anyways, Perona is going towards Moria right now at the Beehive or Pirate Island. Alright. Now, if we look at the map right here, you can see that there are two ways she can go. That's a flying ghost girl, okay? She can go over Mary Joie, or she can go over Reverse Mountain. Because I don't think she'll go under Fishman Island. Alright, let's make that clear. Perona, she's not going to do that. Now, they're both about the same distance. They're pretty close, at least. And that's a little irrelevant. What I'm saying is, basically, if she does go over Mary Joie, it'll be interesting. Reverse Mountain's safer. But Mary Joie, she has some things coming for her, possibly. Yeah, she's on her way to see Moria. And it's been 2 years. She's going to be happy to see him. She's on her way. And let's just say Perona gets to Beehive Island. Okay? There are two options waiting for Moria. Moria is either dead, or he's being held against his will to join the Blackbeard Pirates. Because Moria won't want to join the Blackbeard Pirates. But Moria is a coward, and he will do what he is told. That is proven. Okay? Moria doesn't have much of a spine. But either way, either of these options, Perona, when she gets there, is not going to be very happy. And she is going to flee that scene as fast as possible. I don't think Perona, honestly, will have too much of a problem fleeing the scene. just based off of her devil fruit abilities. I think she'll be fine. I don't think she's gonna die. Some people think she's gonna die. I don't. But either way, she's gonna get out of there. And she could try to go back to Mihawk. People think she's gonna go back to Mihawk, but notice the distance there. It's not too close. All right, she's got to go a certain a good amount of ways from where she originally was. And by the time she gets back there, who's to say Mihawk is even still there? Mihawk isn't somebody who really likes to be bothered, and now that the Warlord system is done with, why would he stay in a place where they know where he is? You know, when Don Kree went near Mihawk, he sunk his fleet because he was bothered, or something along those lines. Mihawk isn't going to stay on that island. He is going to leave. Maybe he'll go and hang out with Shanks. And if that's the case, I personally don't see Perona also hanging out with Shanks. Right? I think it's going to be a little difficult to find Mihawk with Shanks. Or just find Mihawk in general. Now, Wano is pretty close to Pirate Island, Beehive Island. And I'm not saying at all that she's going to be in Wano. I don't think she will be. I think that's a little much, right? I think that she's nearby, and maybe when she's fleeing, she can run into them after the fact. Or somewhere around maybe Albath or something. But she's going to be getting out of there. She won't know where to go. And, you know, maybe the Straw Hat ship is coming. Right? And I think she'll ask them for help. I think she will go to them. Perona has nowhere to go. That is what you need to remember. Perona has nowhere to go, and this is a very difficult moment for her as a character. Her whole crew is dead or being held captive, okay? A requirement for being a Straw Hat character seems to be to have a very sad backstory, and this is a very nice setup for one. And we don't even know what's going on with her childhood, too. She could have even more that we don't know about. Like, this is not good for her. And if she gets to the Straw Hat ship and she sees Zoro and tells Zoro what's going on, Zoro spent 2 years with her. I don't think Zoro will just not help her. I think if anything, he'll be like, Luffy, I gotta help her. You can go on without me, but I gotta take care of this, and I'll meet back up with you. But, you know, Luffy being Luffy, he's gonna be like, what? We'll help you too. What are you talking about? And then everybody will help Perona. And by help Perona, I think Perona will be with them when they confront Blackbeard, right? Whether that's at Laugh Tale or wherever, I think Perona is going to be with them. I believe that to be true. Moria is going to be on his crew, I think a lot of people think, or dead, you know, that works too, but we can't just leave her where she is. She's going somewhere. And all I'm saying is, if Yamato can have enough time to be built up as a Straw Hat, I think Perona has plenty of time as well. Okay? I don't think there's a time issue with Perona, really. I really do think that Perona will end up joining the Straw Hats. I think she's a great person to be with them for when they confront Blackbeard after what just happened to her captain, to her crew members, Absalon, you know? We don't know what happened to Hogback. And, I think there are a lot of signs that point to her having an involvement with them. And I think people should be talking about what comes next for her. But overall, points that you should mainly pay attention to are Mihawk going away, Perona also going away, Perona having nowhere to go after seeing her captain be dead or being held against his will, and finding a friend within the Straw Hats being Zoro to help her. And the other Straw Hats helping her as well because of Zoro. I think it's a big possibility. And this isn't a common theory, I know a lot of people are looking at Yamato, Carrot, Tama, Momo, Vivi, some even Smoker. But if there are Smoker theories and things like that, why can't there be a Perona theory as well? I think this one makes a good amount of sense, and I hope you found some enjoyment out of it. Maybe I at least convinced you to pay more attention to Perona if I didn't convince you that she could be a crew member. But either way, let's let's see what's in store for her, because whatever it is, it's going to be interesting. I hope you liked the video. I'd like you to like, subscribe, follow on Twitter at PlattDRyan, and in the comments, tell me what you thought. Tell me what you think her future is going to be. And maybe if I get a lot of rebuttals that I feel like I can contend, I'll make a part 2 to this and back up my theory even more. Because there are some chances maybe I forgot to cover something that you guys can easily point out. So that's going to be it for me. See you guys later.